This show is brought to you by Go Live TV. Download the app now.
Happy Monday! Good morning! Oh my goodness, I was driving on my way here and I felt like I just want to roll down the windows and the music. People are happy, you know? They're almost about to say, hey, how are you? Next to you, because there's a little bit of traffic. There's always traffic in Toronto 401.
With the sun?
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful attitude.
Absolutely. Spring, it's like just fresh air, fresh spirit, and we are grateful for that, aren't we?
We are.
I mean, we're going to share our story, how we came to America today, and we're going to tell a little bit how the sun, the heat, and the snow. The first time we saw the snow, we were eating it, we were dancing in it.
I thought it was a salt.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, are we on Earth here? But you know, I think the snow, winter made us appreciate the heat, right? Because we're kind of scared a little bit. Like, where are we? Like 40 degrees? I can't breathe. So anyway, we're gonna share that with you guys. Stay tuned. Absolutely. Don't until to the end, and we're gonna give you a little bit of both cultures, right? Like how we got shocked when we came to America, and how some of our fellow friends, Canadians and Americans, when we take them to Rwanda, how they're shocked with the cultures and everything else. But it's all wonderful, and we're grateful, right? We're open people.
Oh yeah.
How are you, Jar?
I am good. I'm great. It's nice and warm here too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Getting some colors out, you know.
I know.
Get
Speaking
some
about
colors out, would you?
Yes. Oh, you know, we're talking about colors, but you know, the other day I went to work and I felt like I was burnt, right? Like burnt. And nobody could see that. They can't see my tan. Like, hey guys, can't you see I got darker? They're like no, we don't. But then if you go to my sister's house or my mom, they're like, what happened to you? You look like charcoal.
Oh, they see it.
Yeah, so yeah, those are just the shocking moments that we experience here and there, but we're grateful. So that's what the show is about, guys. Thank you so much.
Welcome to our show.
Absolutely.
We're so grateful that you can sit down and just, you know, chat
with us and your comments. We appreciate your comments, and please don't forget throughout the show and even after, go to the Joe and Joe Show on Facebook. Send us your comments. Tell what you think in French, English, Kenya, Rwanda, Swahili, Hakuna Matata. Anything goes, even German. We went to German school.
Oh yeah,
Ich spreche
that's
Deutsch.
right.
Wie heißen Sie?
Wie heißen Sie?
Yeah, ich heiße Josephine. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. You can see we're happy because spring and the sun is out.
Yes.
So, but anyways, so guys, I hope you're doing well. You're enjoying spring, and the life is good. It's what we make out of, isn't it?
Yeah. Go for walks. Go on your bikes. You know, outdoors.
Outdoors.
It brings something good to your spirit.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So yeah. Let's go in our story. How did we come to America? It was an exciting thing. I mean, I dreamed about that. Early show, I think we mentioned a little bit about my dream, going to America and all that stuff. But we were determined to make that happen. So when we finally got the visa and we're stuck a little bit with money because it was expensive and we're not like, you know, picking money from our backyard and our tree. So let's just say it was very difficult. But let's tell you that the challenges from Africa, from Rwanda to America did not just happen when we landed and a few years later trying to adjust. It actually started in the air. So our flight was supposed to stop in London.
Yeah.
So we get to London, and of course, to see the airport, we're going, okay, wait a minute, we're getting closer to heaven now. Okay, this is, what kind of airport? Is this an airport?
It was clean and gorgeous, so many people and stores. Oh my goodness, I was like, is this really?
And everybody is white.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I used to watch television, I'm going, oh my gosh. You know, it's funny how, for me, when I tell people I don't see color, like, I'm in Toronto, I'm moving around in town, I'm like, I don't see color, I don't know who's black and white. I actually don't realize those things. But to me, when I came here, I'm like, oh, everybody's white. And then when I go to Rwanda after a few years, I was like, oh, everybody's black. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm black.
When was that, Joe? 1997.
1997 we came.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went back to Rwanda in 2005. But
Oh,
again,
there we are.
Oh my gosh.
We looked so young and skinny, huh?
I know, after eating some hamburgers, you know.
Okay, actually, we'd like to have your comments. Who is Josephine? Who is Jocelyn?
Okay.
Send us comments.
If you
I'd like
know
to
us,
know.
and you're our friends, try to figure out which one is which. So you have to do that. And click on that, guys. We'll love that. So we're in the air, and then we stop in London, and so we're, that's our transitioning. So we have to catch our flight again to go to America, and we're excited. We're hot, like the heat. And just before the flight takes off, we saw these guys coming in a uniform, and we're like, uh-oh, what's going on now? Like, excuse us, ladies, would you like to sit down? We're like, okay. So we sit down, they're like, here's the deal. You girls, you paid only one ticket. There's one ticket on our computer, but it's two of you. So what's going on? We're like, no. Nothing happened. You need to check again because we paid 2 flights and we prayed for it so hard. I remember we prayed for the money, for the ticket. So you can't tell us we only paid 1 ticket. And so they check again, and I'm going, okay, so we're determined to go, and our destination is America, not London. So check again. You guys are smart. Come on, we know you guys are smart, so check again. They checked the ticket, and sure enough, they found out that, the same date of birth, Josephine Jocelyn. Middle name is Bukuru Butoi, so B. A last name was Higiro. So it was J.B. Higiro. And 1909, I won't tell your age. You might want to guess that.
So it's literally the same. J. Jocelyn Josephine, B. Bukuru Butoi Higiro. So they had a J. B. Higiro, and they said you only paid 1 flight. So here we are, temporarily delayed a flight because they're saying you only paid 1 ticket.
And we say we're not going back to Rwanda, and they're arranging a flight to go back to Rwanda. I'm like, no, you guys, you're smarter than this. Figure it out. So the flight was late.
With our English,
my
goodness. So the struggle started there.
From there.
It was crazy.
And my favorite part was when we made it to the plane inside, everybody were clapping hands. Yay! I'm like, yeah.
We're going, not going. We're leaving, not going back, right?
And we're not stopping in London, okay? We need to go to America.
Oh, man, I remember that.
So our first week, so we were already challenged. But you know what? We're open for challenges, I'm telling you. And I always tell people, it doesn't matter where you put Jocelyn and Josephine. It could be in the middle of China. It could be in the middle of India. As long as we have each other, we'll just walk through the mountains.
I am so attached.
I love you. Yeah. So it worked out. Yeah. And we got to America, and oh my goodness. I mean, talking about graduation, like born in a refugee village where there are no lights at all. In Bushiri.
Yeah.
We graduated a little bit, went to the capital in Bujumbura. That was in Burundi. We thought we were in a little heaven, maybe, because there are lights. We almost hugged the cars. Yeah. And then now we're in America, and the buildings, the lights, everything, we thought we were in a basement of heaven, and God is coming down. Like, oh my gosh.
That was awesome.
And we got there at night, so it was glorious. Like the
lights everywhere.
And we're like, oh my gosh, we can't wait to wake up in the morning and go see this heaven. It's so big and so bright.
What we have been seeing in the movies, right?
I know, yeah. Coming to America. So, in the morning, we can wait. So we got up, we had breakfast, and our hotel was incredibly beautiful.
DoubleTree?
DoubleTree Hotel. Incredible. If you've been to Texas, Houston. In the morning, we're going nuts, okay? Wake up in the morning, we're running outside. And
the elevator. Oh my goodness, the first
escalator.
Escalator. Oh yeah, that was. Oh,
people were holding us like we were dying.
I needed 2 people to go on it.
A security came.
Yeah. Security came.
We're like, guys, we're gonna get this eventually, but we're going outside.
Yeah.
We're gonna see this heaven. Okay, so we get outside. 5 minutes later, we're going.
Humidity.
What happened to heaven? Humidity. Like heaven, it looked beautiful, but it feels like what the hell? Sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
It was kind of hot.
Like it's so hot. Yeah. 40 degrees or 40 Fahrenheit. It was like 150 maybe.
We're used to the London mountains, fresh and the air. It's
dry heat.
The sun it burns, but the air is so fresh. And here we are. I felt like I was in the oven.
In the oven, like we couldn't breathe. Yeah. So 5 minutes later, run back in the hotel.
To get AC.
And run back out again. We're doing that over and over.
Oh, that was very interesting.
And we actually did, okay, now we're hungry, starving. We have to eat something. So we went to eat something. Oh my gosh. They're like, girls, you have to try the hamburgers. We're like, yeah, we're in America. We're going to try hamburgers. Yeah. My first hamburger, I'm like, is this a cow? Like, oh, I almost like barfed. Sorry, excuse me. But I'm like, whoa, is it? No, it wasn't. I'm like, but a few months later, I'm sure I got into everything, hamburgers and more,
Pizza,
like,
name it.
you name it. Got used to everything.
So interesting.
Wasn't it?
Well, talking about food, I'm going to have to tell you about this. So anyways, the story is that we landed in Toronto, and so me and Joe, we wanted to take the train, and then we're walking, and then we saw Subway, and we said, come on, Joe, do you have your tokens? Yeah. And then here we are. We went to Subway, thought we were going to a train. It was a Subway food.
And we just waited,
Subway,
actually.
eat fresh. We went there to get a train.
And then we waited, like, guys, after 15 minutes, I'm like, how come we don't hear the trains?
Oh, embarrassing.
Right, Joe? And they're like, girl, sorry, but there are no trains here. There's food. So
well, surviving, right?
Surviving.
But hey, we're just laughing at it.
I know. Well, that is the thing. I mean, we were talking just last week, trying to promote our little show today, and we're saying, people, if you're a newcomer, if you're an immigrant here in Canada, which is a lot of them, this is a beautiful place in the world where accept people. They give people opportunities.
Canada,
they're
best
humanitarian
country
in the
ever.
world. And so people, if you're new in Canada, believe me, what you need is enough fear to make mistakes in your language, which we're gonna share later. But the mistakes we made, we're still making them today after 20 years. Don't be fooled by like rare. No, we still
We
make
have made ourselves fools.
And so go out, learn, be open to making mistakes. Don't let fear stop you from learning how to cook new food, even hamburgers. Trust me, they have a really good hamburgers. If you want to get the organic stuff or something for the first maybe a few months, because you're like, ah. And so just get out there, learn English, learn how to cook, get out and make mistakes. It doesn't matter. That's what it's all about in the world, is to open and make yourself vulnerable as well.
Challenge
and
yourself.
learn and grow.
Right?
You can't grow if you don't make mistakes and fail. So we're open for failing for sure. So
Now, talking about mistakes, again, I'm here to make myself fool because it's my past. Who cares? But listen, it's an encouragement for those who are, challenged with the language français. Si tu parles français, tu es bienvenue. Tu peux toujours nous renvoyer un petit message. That's for the French folks. But, I remember embarrassing yourself. So I was working with insurance company back in 2001. And on the phone, I talked to this guy. Let me say, Mr. Smith. And I said, hello, Mr. Smith. I was going through the insurance, applications, and I said, "Are you retarded?" Oh my goodness! It was the most embarrassing thing. And he said, "Pardon me," and it right away clicked. Retire, retarded. Not that retarded is it's we learn bad words. Now we talk about
kids
mental
now.
illness. It's nothing to do with that. But of course, when you're a newcomer,
and you're young too at school, or you're retarded. And
yeah,
all
you
that.
know what I mean.
And now you know what to say. You're sped, which is so sad because that's special education. That's so sad. But kids do that.
Anyways, I told this guy he's retarded, which was terrible. But again, it's making yourself. I was on the phone with the client. Can you imagine? Have you made that mistakes where you said, you know what, I would never speak again?
Yeah.
But hey, it's okay. And I said, I'm sorry, it's just twisted tongue. And I meant retiree, so I can get you benefits.
Yes, be honest with them and tell them, yeah, I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
Exactly.
And he was laughing with you, and he was like,
at the end,
she
he's like,
was such an amazing customer service and everything. See, if you open up and be real, people will take that and they will believe you.
Yeah.
So make mistakes. And how about we're going to the restaurant? Oh my God, this one girl, I was like, I don't know her, like we're not related, but we look alike. Oh my God.
Don't ask me what to eat.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Don't ask, what do you want to eat? Chicken. Kitchen, I will say kitchen all the time.
I don't know. And I'm like, I'll be like, Jocelyn, kitchen, not chicken. Chicken, not kitchen. Remember that.
Well,
of course, you always order the kitchen.
Of course, I never knew how to say sheets. And I would say the other word. Kids, close your ears. Or truck. Truck.
I know.
Kids, yeah. Say F word, and I'm like, a Christian person saying F word is terrible.
It's terrible.
And my image, it's ruined. But you know what? These are things we go through.
And I hear them today. People still make a mistake. After years in Canada, today there's one word that I have to think twice before I say it. And as a Christian person, around Christians, if you say it, you'll be like, we need to pray for you're healed. Like on your forehead, pushing. Beach, and you want to beep it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Every time I said we're going to the I'm like, I'm going to kill myself. But after 20 years, it's still that. So,
I know.
And this is somebody who's like me, who's like, I don't care if I make a mistake. I'm still beeping all over the place. So
Man,
that's just
it's beauty of immigrant and culture and the food, name it. I think we're all about that in Canada, right? Of course, this matches for French folks. Ma copine, elle m'a dit, je suis allée à Québec, et puis elle a dit, un gars m'a demandé, est-ce que tu peux être ma blonde? Elle a dit, mais moi je suis pas blonde, je suis noire. Pourquoi est-ce que tu dis ça? Alors ça s'encourage. Si tu vis à Toronto, tu fais des erreurs en anglais, il n'y a pas de problème. Donc, est-ce que tu peux être ma blonde? Elle dit, moi, je ne suis pas blonde. Alors,
oh my gosh, we have to translate
folks.
for the English people. Like a girlfriend of ours who's actually was Miss Rwanda, Dorian, and she was in Quebec, and a guy had a crush on her a little bit, and just tried to ask her out, and he's like, can you please be my blonde? Okay, that's the way they say it in French.
Yeah.
My Est-ce que tu peux être ma blonde? Can you be my girlfriend? But they say, can you be my blonde? She's like, well, I'm black. Like, how can I be blonde?
Why are you calling me blonde?
Why are you calling me blonde?
I don't understand.
That is so funny. I love that story.
Anyways, she was telling me about it when I talked about the show. And of course, she goes, oh, quand une personne dit bonjour, ça va bien? Oui, merci. Bienvenue. Bienvenue, ça veut dire bienvenue dans le pays, bienvenue dans la maison. Welcome. So anyways, all these things are just, French, English, or Portuguese, things that we learn and just make ourselves fool. And wonderful. It's wonderful.
And let me tell you, one of the most craziest thing, which actually I think is common, I was watching Ellen DeGeneres' show, and I saw this lady who came and she was talking about how she learned English. She learned English watching her favorite show, which was Ellen DeGeneres. Obviously, she had to invite her over to her show because she was like, thank you for learning English watching my show. I'm really, really impressed. And you know how she's funny. She's a dry sense of humor, Ellen. And for me, when I learned English, okay, I thought, the first week I came to Canada, America, I watched the news. I tried to watch the news, and I'm going, oh my goodness. How do a person's tongue go? I'm like, I'm never gonna talk like that. But I'm like, I have to learn. And if I learn a language, because I learn, French, German school, Swahili, Hakuna Matata, and Burundi and Rwanda, you name it all. I'm like, I'm gonna take this down language. I'm gonna learn it. So
take it down.
I started to watch the soap opera, which was Young and the Restless. I got hooked so much. Yeah. Forgive me, teachers, if you remember. It's been 20 years and more. But I will watch it and miss a class. I repent all my sins. Forgive me, but
wow, and because of Nick. I bet you because of Nick.
And I had a crush on Nick. He was so cute. Forgive me, the boyfriend, husbands, and I would watch that show and I'll repeat after them, and I actually learned my English.
Victoria.
Hello, Victoria.
How are you?
And would go in the mirror, say, hello, Josephine, how are you? And Nick, when he talked, I'm like, oh, that just, English was just perfect.
Sinking in right.
And the accent, I had to repeat exactly the way he talks.
Of course.
So, whatever inspiration you have, just, if you want to watch the Joe and Joe show to learn English, send us a comment. Send us, we're still making mistakes, but you might be able to learn from us one thing or two.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's how I learned English. Soap opera, Young and Restless.
What a journey, huh?
Over and over. It was so funny. So it's just, and cartoons too. We watch cartoons. We watch everything. Like
Simpson.
Simpson. Oh,
I love Lisa. She's always crazy. And her brother. Oh, wow.
So listen, be open, and fall, make mistakes, but that's how life is. Absolutely. Even today, I'm still learning. I'm a mom. We're parents. We're talking about motherhood last week, and we're talking about mistakes we make, and there's no perfection of anything. As long as you're a human being, there's room to grow.
Absolutely.
So make mistakes and grow. I think that's what it's all about.
I know some people who they don't want to make mistakes. So they have been here 10 or 20 years in Canada, but my goodness, it's just.
Yeah, fear.
Fear, and then and you're not free to talk, to communicate, to socialize. Yeah, just go all the way, make yourself crazy, and as long as you're learning, and then you're just making yourself,
absolutely. And the other thing, culture too, where we were in Rwanda, in Africa, it's like if you see an elderly person, you'll be more likely to want to help them or offer them a seat or something. But here, I remember first time I've ever tried to offer a seat to an elderly person, they looked at me going, excuse me, do I look old to you? I'm like, excuse me? And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to do that. And so this is just incredible how, you see things and guys, for me, like I was, like guys in Rwanda, they hold hands and guys and girls would just talk and become friends. So, so I'm hugging everybody and literally swimming and sitting on everybody's lap. And I'm thinking it's all right. And then one time somebody asked me to marry him. And I said, but I thought we were friends. He's like, well, that's how you treat your friends. I'm like, I guess.
Oh, well,
I mean, that sounds very naive of me.
Time to learn.
And I'm going, so the culture of how you see us and here, but we've learned. We had 20 years.
But you know what,
in
Joe?
Africa, 20 years.
Talking about learning, it will be more beneficial to hang out with other cultures instead of staying in your own communities, right? Because if I stay with Rwandans, I
eat Rwandan
socializing in terms of food or hangouts, I will never learn English.
You don't grow.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're out there, you have been here for a while, time to go.
Yeah,
free yourself. Go learn and make mistakes. It's okay, right? Yeah.
Gain perspective too from other cultures.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah,
learning, the food we eat now, the language,
anything.
and it's beautiful. It's just like Canada. You
It's
go to
multicultural,
Toronto,
right? Yeah.
Every corner you go, different restaurants and different
languages.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And you know what? Let me say I'm grateful to Go Live TV. Go Live TV is sponsoring the Joe and Joe Show and the multicultural television and inviting all the languages, the Africans, the European, English, and all that. So thank you, Go Live TV, for sponsoring the Joe and Joe Show. We're really appreciative of what you do. And speaking about, gaining perspective about what Shelter Them does, which Shelter Them is an organization that Jocelyn and I co-founded in 2005 with other many people. And,
talking about the communities here in Canada, we have extended.
Yes.
Beyond Canada, and you go to Rwanda. So if we can get some pictures here of our team that Josephine and I, we go to Rwanda once every 2 years. Beautiful picture at the airport here at the Pearson Airport. Beautiful T-shirts. So these Canadians, we went to Rwanda.
Americans too.
Americans, of course, Jim, and welcome back to Canada, actually.
He just moved back.
BC, and his wife, Sharon. Yeah. So these people, they went to Rwanda. Joe, you want to share some culture shock or some, it has been a journey, right?
It's been a journey,
it's awesome.
Absolutely. Because we came here and we're like, listen, we have now tested the both cultures of African and American, Canadian, and I would like to take some people to Rwanda, especially to see the work we do with the children through Shelter Them, Rwanda. So the first time we take people, like ladies, we get them into some culturally African women outfits.
Oh, look at that beautiful Imvutano.
And we're attending a Rwandan gala for Shelter Them, and those beautiful ladies.
Well, happy late birthday for Andrea. She just turned 40. We're at her birthday. So happy birthday, beautiful girl.
Yeah, there she is. And look at the cultures that they were happy and they were shocked a little bit. I mean, we had to get them to eat ubugari. Ubugari is like a mashed potato, cassava type of food. And isombe, which is sort of like a spinach, but Rwandan spinach. So you either love it or not at all.
My husband, who's Canadian, it doesn't work for him.
The sombe, but he likes ubugari.
Oh, it's ubugari with a nice, good stew. That works for Michael.
But the funniest thing is, when my kids they're like, Mom, is that glue? Is that going to get stuck in my throat? I'm like, no, honey. You need to be a little bit African. You've been in Canada for too long. And so the food and the dressing and all that, it's just incredible to see people going to learn. And you know what? People from here that we take to Rwanda, they think we're going, oh my gosh, some of people are from small town in Newfoundland and they've never been outside and they think, oh my gosh, and it's so far away and I don't know, maybe we're going to have jungle and monkeys coming from the airport to say hello. The perception you have, like when we came here, we thought we're coming to heaven. But was that really heaven?
No.
It's just like anywhere. People are the same.
Struggles are the same. We saw poverty that we never thought. We actually used to do once a month feeding homeless in Toronto.
Absolutely.
And, you know, get your backpack, you get some apples, some sandwiches. These are the things I would never think that
We
it
never
will
thought
be
in
in
million
Canada.
years in Canada. In America,
you know,
there's
there's poverty. So again, and that's the things that you see on TV. Like, I'm not sure if we can get the picture of a gorgeous city in Kigali that, you know, there you go. This is my second country, Rwanda. Jill.
Kigali, look at the convention center. People who are signing up to go to Rwanda with Shelter Them.
Come visit Rwanda.
Listen, that can we say there's poverty everywhere. Rwanda is incredibly growing, but they have a beautiful, beautiful city. The mountains, the gorillas, and everything else. So the people we take there, you know, they see culture shock, but they all come back. I know Sherry and David Jenkins and Sharon and all our friends, the Lanes, they're like, my life has changed.
Oh, yeah,
Since I went to Rwanda. Mark Deitel, he's like, you know, it was incredible. I want to go back. I almost forced him to come back. I'm like, honey, let's go back. We're going back home. So, I mean,
they're
it's
welcome
beautiful
to go visit Rwanda.
And why do we go to Rwanda? Because the Shelter Them work, and Justin was mentioning, we should say we're grateful because this show is about living life with gratitude. Is who we are, is the core of our message. Is what did we celebrate this weekend? I mean, we did something really incredible. I'm proud of our team in Rwanda, Duarte and Jules and Paula and everybody else. You know, God bless you guys. So
yeah, actually, yeah, we have our chairman, Duarte, and his wife Paula and little girl visiting Rwanda from UK because we just opened our new kindergarten, early childhood education. It was open on Saturday, a big celebration. So big yay to Shelter Them, Rwanda, Canada, all these donations that are going to make a huge impact in children of Rwanda. So that's why going to Rwanda and seeing what Shelter Them does is something we encourage you to do. So next year, actually, we're doing another mission trip in November.
For adults. Because now we are starting to take students. About 17 students.
17 students
from what school?
And the Kennedy War Tabernacle private school. And at the end of March, so we're getting some students going to experience, you know, the work in Rwanda. Our organization has a project on go. So these are things that we encourage you to do.
Yeah, and if you want to go to Rwanda, like we said, you know, November, send us an email, a message. Let us know if you're interested. We'd like to talk with you and gain perspective and learn what we do. It's incredible. So I'm so happy that we got our kindergarten going.
Yes.
Our kids are going to be able to have education. And, you know, Neil Edwards is an incredible helper of Shelter Them. He helps us with the newsletters, and there's something that he mentioned that really touched my heart. One of the paragraph under Shelter Them project, he said, how do you spell hope? So he said, to spell hope is education. Isn't that incredible? And now we're just opening a kindergarten where we're catching the children at the right age, early stage, when they are learning, they're growing. I am so proud of Shelter Them and all of you guys who are supporting Shelter Them and calling your own. So we're just so happy.
And that's why I think we should encourage people, give them opportunity. Go to the Shelter Them website, www.shelterthem.com.
Yes.
Be our monthly donor. Donate for our programs. Be our sponsor. Sponsor a child. It's only $40 a month, and that does miracles.
And the community center, Joe.
Community center.
We're focused on that because in Bugesera, which is actually one of the districts that I was talking about how we were so shocked to see the incredible airport in London and Toronto, but they're building a beautiful airport in the
area.
Bugesera district. So Rwanda is growing, is going beautiful, is inviting people to do tourism, and that's going to help Rwanda economy and the eliminate poverty along with Shelter Them work, and everyone else was contributing. And Rwanda is not really standing for aid. No, like, you know, handing over fish and all help. No, it's not just that. They want education. They want a partnership. They want to be first and grow themselves alongside with people who want to not leave them in a dependency cycle, but more like grow as partners, sharing, you know, social capitals and sharing information and not just handing over things. And that's what Shelter Them is about.
Absolutely.
So we're so happy and grateful for what's happening. So go to Joe and Joe, the Joe and Joe Show on Facebook. Send us your comments, your messages. You know, why don't you send us about if you're a newcomer, you're an immigrant, whatever experience you've had. What was your most embarrassing moment, whether it's culturally like food or language or you made a fool out of yourself somewhere. Just send us comments and let's share that and see, you know. And the next show, we're so excited. We have so many things in our heads because Joe and I were just always working on something. And so our next show is June the 10th on Monday in the afternoon. So stay looking at our post to let you know what's coming. But there's an interesting thing that's we're working on for next week, for next couple weeks. And we have a few more things that's going on, but we don't want to confuse you. Like the Montreal Gala, it's something that we're excited about.
Yes.
On va aller à Montréal pour rencontrer nos amis. Ça fait très longtemps. Je suis très heureuse.
Oui, juin le 22. C'est la date que tu peux pas manquer, hein?
Okay.
C'est ça.
So this is just incredible. We're learning, we're growing here in Canada, and we're grateful. Like, pick every day. Think and just pause for a moment out of this world of chaos and busy and almost we're being spammed by every information and everything. Pause and say, what are you grateful for? That's going to kick your day. It's going to kick your Monday. It's going to kick your spring. And you're going to live happy. You're going to be rolling your windows and music because just life is wonderful because you're grateful for what you have and what you don't have, and all of it is just, it's wonderful, I think.
So we want to know who's watching our show. We want to know who likes our show, who would say, I love your show, I want to watch it every time. Click like. Send us a message.
Yes, absolutely.
Share so we can get your feedbacks. So again, you're welcome to do that. You can send under our messenger. So we have direct message from you. And go to the website, shelter them, directly sponsor child, be our monthly donor. And let's together make this world
a better place.
Worthy, beautiful place to live.
So the next show, don't forget, is going to be Monday, June the 10th. Stay tuned from some little promos. We're going to let you know what's coming and send us even comments what you would like to see on the Joe and Joe Show. We'd like to hear from you. Thank you so much, our viewers, friends, and families. We love you.
Enjoy your spring.